Alright, this is our Logwood wood burner. This is how I picked it up from Northern Tool. Weighs about 150 pounds. I think it's crated pretty well for the shipment. And I will show you from the unpacking to the first burn. I hope you enjoy it. Alright, we got it unboxed. And very happy with the packaging. Once I cut the straps on the top, came right apart. Each piece was individually wrapped with the screws for each piece attached to the piece. Must say that I am very happy so far. But we will keep you apprised here. Alright, first things first. There's a heat shield that goes on the bottom. Now, with this heat shield, what it'll do is it'll draw air under the bottom of the burn box into the secondary air chamber. So it will go right here. Screws are all ready. I'll show you when I'm done. Alright, that was easy enough. Now we'll put on the front deck, and it's only a few screws. Alright, we got the front deck plate on. Just a word of caution when you're putting the screws in, be careful not to drop one. There's a plate inside that has the top insulation, and I almost lost a screw behind it. Now when you're tightening down, remember this is cast iron, so you want it snug, but don't tighten too much because you may end up cracking the cast iron. Well, next we're going to put the legs on. Now most of the legs are the same. There is one that's got a holder for the front handle, and I'll put that on one of the front legs. We'll show that next. Alright, we got all four legs on. I'll give them one final tightening before I flip it over, but it's coming together quite nicely. Something else to note, when you're tightening the legs on, the washers don't fit flush. So what you got to do is you tighten them down as best you can, then kind of pull the leg in a little bit on it, and what it will do is it will bend the washer to fit. Then you can tighten it down the rest of the way. Alright, we're going to just slip the door on. It just slides on with 2 pins, and then we'll put the damper on and we'll be done with this portion. Get right back. Alright, we got the door on. Last thing is the damper. Now I want to show you something on the damper. Now as you see, there is no direct way into the firebox itself, so no flames will be coming up the chimney. And the dampers on these are set, but earlier models had a set pin that could not be removed. These have pins that can be pulled out if necessary, which could come in handy because the only complaint I ever seen on these is when you open the door, some smoke comes out, and if you open the damper a little bit more, that problem is remedied. So you can simply pull the pin out and adjust. Okay? Alright, let's get that on and we'll be done. Alright, got it all put together. I had to do a little grinding around one of the damper tabs, but all in all, that's the only modification I really had to make. Everything else went together very well. Well, this is ready to move into place, and we'll start the stovepipe. I'll move on here in just a second. Alright, now I need to put together all the stovepipes and get them ready. All the elbows, I got all those ready in the top. After I get the pipes themselves put together, we'll get back to this. Alright, we got all the stovepipes put together. Now we just need to join these to each other and put the stove in location. Alright, we ran the stack out the side of the porch. It's got to be 3 feet above anything 10 feet around, according to the code here. So that is not an issue. Now where we ran it through the wall, steel plate, but there's nothing burnable around it, so that's fine. Inside it comes through the steel plate. Put all the sections together and back to the wood burner. Okay, now the wood burner has got to be 18 inches away from the wall in the back and 24 inches on the side. We are well over that. Now next will be firing up a load. Alright, this is the finished result. Everything's all hooked up. Now I am getting a little smoke, which I do not particularly care for, but we'll work this out. I don't know if it's a sealing problem or a draft problem or what, but we will get that taken care of as well. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe. Everybody have a good day. Alright, we had a few follow-ups. One, the first burn didn't go as well as I would like. The top was clogged. So, found that the wool mat that was on top was actually wrinkled in the top. So it clogged the top. So I had to remove it. And how I found this out was smoke was coming out of all the seams. And the stovepipe itself barely got 100 degrees. So we took the stovepipe off in the flue and removed the wool mat. Plus we took the flue itself and adjusted it so that it was open a little bit more. And the other thing that we did was we caulked the seams. Now I used 3M fire block sealant. Okay, and I took this, put it on the seams, and as you can see, I'm not done cleaning up, but I wanted to show you at this point. It's a clay-based caulk. So after you're done, you could actually clean it up with a scratch pad and some water. Does very well. And cleans up the seams. Since doing this, it does not smoke, it burns well. Now you're still going to get a little smoke out the front door every now and then, because there is no seal around the front door. It's just metal to metal. And there's actually no trough to put a seam. So if you're going to put one, you're going to have to actually glue it to the front of the box. Now yeah, I've got a little kettle on top just for, or actually a Dutch oven on top for some water. But otherwise, for the money, it's a pretty good stove. We've been using it a couple nights now, and it keeps it nice and toasty out here. It's great for a porch, greenhouse, or garage, storage building, whatever you want to use it for. Now inside, you are going to get a little smoke, so if that's a problem, you're going to need to go to a more sealed unit. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe, and y'all have a good day.